You're listening to My Grito Podcast Network, celebrating the culture of Chicanos and Latinos one story and voice at a time. Listen to more My Grito Podcast Network shows over at mygrito.net. Connect on social, on Instagram and Facebook at My Grito, the My Grito Podcast Network.
3, 2, 1. Boom! What is up, Mind Buzz Universe?
I'm just going to let it happen now.
Just let it happen.
I'm just going to let it go.
People are liking the MBU acronym for that. But welcome, everyone. Whatever you like to be called, it's fine. We're all inclusive. Welcome back to the Mind Buzz podcast. I am Gil, your host, and behind the boards, working the 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5, 6, 7, and 8 is Amber.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah?
I'm stuffed.
Did you have a good holiday?
I did.
Yeah.
Did you?
I did. I was
What'd you do?
thankful for a lot of things. But there's one thing that I am very thankful for, and that we don't have a My Grito Weekly.
Oh, that's rude.
But what we do have is a Gilbilly Delic Weekly. And can you put that on the screen for me, please?
You got it.
I always say playing like I'm a musician. Why? Why is that? I think because secretly I want to be a musician.
Instead of a comedian?
Yeah. I mean, I tried it years ago, but
It didn't work out.
Didn't work out too bad. But I will be performing at the Central American Heritage Festival, which presents the Soy. Oh yeah, it is called. Look at presents the Soy Funny Comedy Fest. Out in Long Beach tomorrow, November 25th. I believe that there's still some discounts available. Just go to the link. I will put the link down in the show description if you're watching on YouTube or if you're listening to this podcast on Spotify. It's going to be a really cool event. There's going to be food vendors. There's all types of different tickets available. Amber scrolling through there. There's a VIP Ultimate experience that allows you to try all these different foods. And then you get a comedy show. Yeah. And my name's not on there because I actually won the Soy Funny competition over the past 2 months I was going?
Yeah, 2 months.
2 months. Won victorious on a different podcast. Smoked all of them. No, it was a good time. Those guys are great. But yeah, it's going to be an awesome place. We're playing in a theater that seats 800 people. I'm so stoked. I'm super pumped that this is going to take place. So go get your tickets. All right.
We'll see you on Saturday.
We'll see you on Saturday and come hang out. Tequila shots on Amber.
What?
Yeah. No matter how early it is. Do we have anything else?
Nope, that's about it.
We don't have a My Grito Weekly, but and I feel bad now. I feel bad.
Should.
Okay, I feel bad. Sorry, Oscar. My bad. Another super great
you
label.
You can still go get their bundle.
Yes, exactly.
Can
we talk about that for a little bit?
We sure can.
Okay, so go to mygrito.net and pick up their bundle for Christmas, for holiday, vinyls,
Kwanzaa, anything that you sell.
Kwanzaa.
Where is it?
Shop. There you go.
Here it is.
Be a smart shopper. We have it. We play it all the time. We have these vinyls hanging in our bedroom. They found it last night. Let's see.
Not last night. A couple nights back.
Oh, yeah. That's right. We got Las Calacas in the bundle. We got Paranoias. We got Adrian Carmine. And what else do we have in there?
Maria Sanchez.
Maria Sanchez. Oh, yeah, her 45's in there.
So the Paranoias,
3LH.
Las Calacas, 3LH, Adrian Carmen, and Maria Sanchez. So it's 5 vinyl records for this price right here. Oh, for some of you that can't see it, it's for $60. But yeah, it's a great gift, or even just for yourself. So go check it out.
Cool. Anything else?
That's it.
All right, let's get into it then, Amber. Let's get into our guests for today. Very excited to have these two, Mathew and Jacqueline from Wait, Think, Fast. How you guys doing?
We are good, thank you.
Great. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming out and doing the podcast. I appreciate it.
No problem. Good to be here.
You guys have a good holiday?
We did.
It's fantastic.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It was great.
It was peaceful and perfect.
There we go.
Exactly.
You guys eat a lot of turkey?
No.
No.
No?
We had a lot of salad.
Okay. Are you guys vegetarian?
No.
Vegan?
Yeah, you kind of dabble in
I'm
vegetarianism.
kind of a vegetarian, but I started eating pescatarian is what I was
Oh, okay.
for many years. And
Gotcha.
then I started feeling like I needed some more protein. But I'm still afraid of like a steak.
Have you had a tofurkey?
No.
Oh my God. Is it in the shape of a turkey?
I don't know. Can you pull it up?
Yeah,
Is it?
I'm almost sure it is.
That is crazy that it is.
Have you? Have you had it?
No, I haven't.
I've never had it.
I don't know anyone that has.
I've had it like in slices. Yeah, like right there.
What does it taste like?
Oh, I guess it's not in the shape.
It's not too bad.
Good. Yeah.
I like
just
it.
looks like a normal loaf.
Yeah, it looks like a loaf.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'll try it.
See, that's what I don't get. Because I was pescatarian for a lot of years too. But I don't get when vegan food is shaped like the actual
Yeah,
food.
that bums me out.
Yeah. Or they invoke the image of the animal that they're replacing, like because they just want you to think that you're still eating it. It's fun. I find it very bizarre.
Or when they do, they also have chicken wings, but they're like tied to like a stick instead of a bone. It's like a wooden
Oh my
stick.
god,
Seriously?
I've never
Yeah.
seen that.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Well, they're trying to appeal to like the guy whose doctor told him he can't eat meat anymore,
True.
and so he's going to try
Yeah.
the different proteins, not to the people who are originally just grossed out by meat.
But no shade on vegan food. I like vegan food.
Oh yeah, me
I just
too.
don't like it to look like
Out of
a steak or a whole chicken.
right. That's actually one of my favorite foods. Like if a restaurant has a vegan option, I tend to try to go to that option before anything else.
I
Yeah.
get that.
I don't know. I just like it. I enjoy it. It's so creative,
Exactly.
Yeah.
right? Like there's nothing like a vegan chef that makes a cuisine that's completely creative,
Yeah.
right? Like there's so many ingredients to go along with it, but it's just
And
crazy.
it tastes
It's good.
fresh. A lot of it's raw, and they're trying like if it's a good vegan chef, they're really trying hard to add a lot of flavor. And yeah, I'm with you. It's my favorite.
I'm
food,
just
too.
too lazy to cook like that. Though.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of
much-
work.
So
Yeah.
much work, preparation. Yeah,
It's delicious.
but it's delicious.
So how much? Let's describe. So Wait, Think, Fast is a musical group. If people don't know you, we're gonna get to know you today. So tell us a little bit about your music and how you guys got started.
Well,
Story
it's a
goes back.
long-running project.
Okay.
Yes. And so it's basically Mathew and I who write all the music. And we have different friends play with us. Our drummer, Tom King. Sometimes, I blanked.
Mark Jula helps out on bass.
Sean Stantz. I mean, just like various musicians from around LA will play with us. We'll play on records or join us on stage sometimes. But it's mostly Mathew and I.
But going back, I mean, if you think about it, we started it in 2006 in Echo Park.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we've been doing it for a
And
while.
Polo was there, Polo Quintero, who's now like a super fly cumbia DJ, the mucho crew.
Nice.
So have you guys always played music like separately, Mathew? You've
So-
always been playing music.
Yeah, I started playing drums when I was in, God, 3rd grade.
Wow.
Yeah. My dad got a drum set and he put it in the basement. And my brothers weren't interested in it, but I was like, whoa.
What is this?
Can I swear on this show? I
yeah.
don't want to, but I just realized I was about to swear. And then I looked at you because I was going to go, and I was like, this is fucking cool. Yeah, he bought this drum set, and I just went down there, and I was like, oh. And then the Violent Femmes record came out, and I was the first one on my block who learned how to play the drums to all those songs on that record.
And who is that?
Violent Femmes, really cool band from the 80s.
Okay.
Yeah, worth checking out. But you might know some of their songs. 'Cause
Yeah,
they're kind of, you know,
Probably.
Amber?
I'm sure he does. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was like, I just taught myself how to play drums, and I was like, oh, what about you? You're classically trained, Jack.
Well, I started playing the piano when I was 5.
Whoa.
Played my whole life and still do. And then, but I was also an only child, so I was very. I have a sister, but she wasn't born until I was 11. So I have to say that. Jeanette,
I was an only
Jeanette,
child.
I see you. Jeanette, I love you. I see you. But when I was 5, I was an only child.
Got
It's a
it,
fair
yeah.
point. 11 years is a long time.
Yeah,
That
it's a
makes
lot.
sense.
Yeah, you kind of get to claim it for those years.
She
There
did
you
too,
go.
because she was
Love you, Jeanette.
yeah. So before my sister Jeanette was born, I was an only child, and so playing piano by myself, always by myself. I was really fascinated by bands, and because it seemed like a sisterhood, brotherhood, and I thought, I don't classical piano. I want to be in a band.
Mm-hmm.
So like my life's goal was just to be in a band one day. Nothing more than that. Not like play Carnegie Hall or whatever. I just wanted to make music with other people. That just always seemed, and playing piano. I was like, I don't know how to do that. You know, like, so I'd play keyboards and bands, and then I played keyboards for a long time, and eventually, nobody wants to be the singer in the first bands that you form.
That's true.
At least was my experience. So I became the default singer, and I was like, oh, I like singing.
But we were driving around in Echo Park before we'd started playing music together, and she was playing in another group, and she put a demo on of a song she did with them, and you were embarrassed of it, and you're like, oh, this is the one that I sing on, and I remember you putting it on the CD player. In the
Shy
car.
about it. I wasn't embarrassed.
You were shy about it, but I was like, you got a good voice.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, it was kind of a cool moment. But wait, should I tell really quickly how we met? Because I think it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
of
wanna
course.
know.
So she was in another band, and they were looking for a guitarist, and we had a common friend who brought me to go rehearse and audition for them in downtown LA. So we met in downtown LA in a rehearsal space.
Yeah.
When I walked in, and I didn't like the band very much, but I thought Jacqueline was really cute, so I hung around till I got her phone number, and then I quit. And then our first kind of date, you were like, "Why'd you quit my band?"
Okay, rude. Yeah.
You were angry though.
But then years.
This is a tell-all. Wait, think fast.
Yeah. We're gonna break up today too.
Damn it.
It's getting
The
serious.
rise and fall of.
Good job, guys.
But then years later, I got you back.
I got your back.
I got you back into the band.
Oh yeah, then because we started our own project later.
Yeah.
So you guys been playing music for a very long time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like over 15 years.
Jacqueline, what do you think it was that need to, I just want to be in a band? Where do you think that comes from? Because I know I was kind of joking at the beginning about me wanting to be a musician. That it actually really happened. Like I played guitar for years. I played drums. I can play the bass. I've always wanted to start something, but it just never happened. I kind of just I kind of gave up on it.
Well, there needs to be a little bit of magic to it, you know?
Yeah.
Like every time I watch any Beatles documentary, I always get this feeling like this is just some alchemy because they're so like for all those things to line up for those boys, you know, and the way they look and the way they sounded together and the John and Paul, the way they would write together and compliment each other and just endure each other. I just thought like there just had to be like a little touch of magic to all of that lining up and then them wanting to and, you know, sustaining that. And I think that was one of the things that always, because I made music by myself. I played classical piano and I made gorgeous music, arguably some of the most gorgeous, fulfilling music there is. But then I would watch these kids just like on stage these bands on stage with just like a guitar and drums, and it looks so free and it looks so joyful. And I thought, I want some of that. That's my answer to it. What do you think?
I just thought it was like the most romantic thing you could do: get in a van with your friends and travel and play music. You know?
Yeah. There's something about it that's just so appealing.
Yeah,
it looks fun.
Yeah,
and it makes people happy.
Right.
You know, if you're good at it, or even if you're not good at it,
Yeah.
it's just a joy.
Yeah,
it's the best. Matt always says it's the best. The best of us, like the opposite of violence, like one of the best things we can do.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah, it's like the purest form of art because it involves like your body, you're listening, you're feeling it, you're seeing it on stage unravel for a couple of minutes, you know?
Yeah.
That's a cool way of putting it.
Yeah. It is magic.
Uh-huh. I think so.
Dang, then I sucked at being a musician. I needed magic. That's what I need.
But it's also really hard. It's like an endurance too. Like you have to just stick. You know.
You're thinking about all these different. Like, what goes through your mind when you guys are playing? Like, I can talk from a stand-up point of view, and it's like, granted, I'm barely just jumping into this crazy sport, but it must be crazy because you guys have like an actual instrument, right? That you're, I don't know.
Yeah, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
Like, let me get this chord right, and then you're looking at the
it's
audience.
Chords, it's the audience.
Yeah, like
your enchiladas that you ate earlier that day. You know what I mean?
Stomach.
Right. There's a lot to think about.
Yeah, what a cool question. I mean, I think honestly that if you are thinking about something that's specific like that, you're probably not playing very well. when you're playing well, your mind really empties. I mean, it is, I hate this, very pretentious, but it is like a meditation.
Yeah.
It's a state, you know, it's a state when you're playing well. And for me, it takes me a while to have a lot of rehearsal to get to that state. Because if I'm not rehearsed, I'm like, oh, fuck, man, what the chord is? You know, what's next?
Yeah. I think if I'm thinking about anything, or if I'm thinking about the song or the chords and how to play, then it's going to be bad. I got to get myself to the point where that's just, I know it so well, so well rehearsed that's second nature.
Right.
And then you just go.
That's crazy how your mind and your body goes almost like on autopilot, right? It's like that whole thing where they say like you're driving home and then you're home and you're like, how the hell did I get here? Like
totally.
you blank out pretty much, not blank out, but you know, you're kind of on autopilot. And that's kind of what it sounds like, that you kind of go somewhere else that's not like the present reality. And that's amazing that your mind and body can do that.
It's this strange phenomenon that happens when you're playing, because you're it's all that muscle memory from just practicing over a long period of time.
There's a great Paul McCartney interview where he talks about someone coming up to him and saying like, how can you play those bass lines and sing like that together? Like, and it was like, where is it coming from in your recesses of your mind? And he just looks at the person and goes, practice. Right? And that's it. I mean, to hear Paul McCartney say that to me was pretty illuminating. I was like, yeah, he just puts the fucking hours in and does it. You know?
Have you guys heard the new Beatles song?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? After like 200 years, like they still have a song that comes out on Spotify.
And I really
wild.
I loved it. I was kind of moved by it.
I haven't heard it yet.
Oh, that's really good.
Is it?
Yeah, I think. Did you like it?
I liked it. Yeah, it's sweet, and a little bit sad. It's funny that we're talking about the Beatles so much. Oh, it's funny that we're talking about the Beatles. But I think we were just rewatching some documentary.
Oh yeah.
And we're also we just love them. But yeah, it's a testament to. What were we talking about?
We're talking about music. But I
the new song. Sorry.
I want to ask too, though. I mean, I think stand-up comedians are amazing.
Yeah.
And it seems like a primal fear for me to get up in front of a group of people with no instrument and just a microphone. And like your imagination is what you're delivering to the people. I mean,
Yeah.
you should tell me about it. That sounds
Yeah,
terrifying.
what do you think about? Are
No,
you thinking
it's-
about the order of your...
Yeah, the reason why I ask is because recently I've been taking walks and just practicing my 5 minutes and walking and plugging in keywords. I spent like one day on researching how to memorize, because memorization for me is just it's a work. It's work, and I need to get better at it, because usually I have my set and keywords for each joke. I write it down on like a set list. And I feel pretty cool going up on stage, and I have my paper and I throw it down on the floor. But I record myself, and I'm always constantly looking down at like, okay, what's my next joke? I kind of want to move away from that. I'm using that as a crutch right now. So for me, it's like the order, right? But then I thought about it, and I think now if I memorize my jokes, I can put them in every order. Like I can switch them up.
Yeah.
If I'm listening to the crowd and they think this is funny, okay, well, let me take this joke out and hit them with this.
Yeah.
So I think I'm listening to the audience to see what they're reacting to, and every room is different, and that's what I'm finding out right now is every room is different, every audience is different. Some laugh at this joke more than they laugh at this joke. So I'm moving these puzzles around. And last night, which I was super proud of myself, was it not last night? No, Monday this week. I was at an open mic, and we were the stage. Well, it wasn't really a stage, but the spot was next to a bar, and they were like making drinks, so it was like noisy, and you just have to know when to pause and know when to stop. It's just it's crazy, and I love it because you're performing in front of people, and you kind of have to just go with it. I don't know. It's wild for me. It's just weird. It just rush for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
And the keywords there, you can just see those, and in your mind, the whole joke or the whole delivery is ready to go. Just by seeing the keywords.
And then
That's
plus delivery too is totally different.
Yeah.
Because when I first started, I had my jokes written out on a paper, and I was just reading them. And I wasn't looking at the crowd. I wasn't doing anything. I was just reading the jokes and listening to them. Okay, that's funny.
Seriously?
Yeah, I did. That's how I started.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, right? Remember, Amber?
Yeah.
I had him.
Hello, everybody.
I had him on my phone.
Hi, my name is Gil.
I was like, hey,
I am a comedian.
hello, welcome to Soy Funny. And I read them and then paused. Okay, you guys don't like that one? Okay. Literally.
Like a
so
test audience.
it was part of the shtick, actually? Like,
No.
Oh, you were going like, okay, don't like this one.
Okay, yeah. I was reading
cool.
it.
That sounds like you put the work in, though. I'm serious. Like,
Yeah.
that's ballsy.
You have to.
Yeah.
You know, that's harder too because if I forget my lyrics, I just go like shibby-dibby. You know, I can just kind of
Play it off. Yeah.
I
But
always,
if you forget your jokes,
I always try and be funny when we're doing shows between songs because I think I'm an aspiring comedian and failing at it. But what I have is that if the joke bombs and everyone's like silent, which probably happens a lot, I could just lay into the guitar.
Yeah.
And then you got them back.
Yeah. Fill the silence with music and then start the next song.
I like when that happens, when it's silent, because I bring them back. Right? That usually happens.
Oh, wait.
Amber?
It's like the challenge of a joke not hitting in the silence. Oh my God, seriously?
Yeah, usually it's I think with practicing with this podcast is improv.
Yeah.
Like I get to like if it becomes silent, there's a switch that I need to turn on. Okay, I need to bring these guys back into my pocket.
And then I'm sitting in the crowd, sweating profusely. My stomach's turned, and I'm like nervous. I'm a nervous wreck seeing him. I can't. Like I take all of his nerves, and that's okay because I can handle it. But I'm sitting there like,
Yeah. I feel very nervous right now just hearing about.
Yeah.
It's hurting.
I don't know how he does it. I don't know how anyone that performs, even you guys that perform music, anything getting in front of people is like,
Yeah.
makes my knees want to buckle.
I used to hate it. And when it's bad, it's bad. It's the worst feeling.
Really?
I haven't had that in a long time,
Yeah.
but
We should, like, what was our worst show ever?
I don't want to try and remember. I don't want to make myself feel bad.
But was it bad because of like your performance was bad or the circumstances, like the venue was bad?
There's a lot of different.
What was the
variables?
You don't have to tell. You don't have to relive it. But what do you think in your mind would constitute as like it being bad?
Circumstances, probably.
I think if I let myself get in my own head. Okay, I'll think. This was like a long time ago. I remember seeing somebody walk out of the room that we were playing in.
Whoa!
And it really hurt my feelings. And I thought, and then the rest of the performance was like, what happened? Why did they walk out? Like, are we terrible?
They might have had diarrhea. You just don't know.
I know. It probably had nothing to do with me because I've also seen people.
Their grandmother was passing or something.
Thank you. Yeah.
I've also seen
Amber?
people just like
Possible?
arms crossed, like watching me, and then afterwards they'll
yeah.
come up and be like, "I loved that. That was
Right.
so great." And I was like, "Really? You look like you were about to shoot me, but thank you."
Well, LA, you get a lot of the like. I'm in a
So-
band. My roommate's in a band. My mom's in a band. We're all.
My mom's in a band.
But those are good. Those are good experiences because then no person can make me feel bad anymore because I
Yeah.
know that it's never. It's all in my head. But that's the thing. Like if you get in your head,
Yeah,
that can make it.
it makes total sense that would happen. And I think that's where my fear of performing or because I've done stuff like from like my family's business, you know, we've been on the news a couple times, we've had articles written, things like that, where I've had to do it, but it was out of because I had to, not because I enjoyed it.
And sometimes your sister would be like, I don't want to do this interview. Why don't you do it?
Yeah.
Or your Spanish is way better than mine, and this is Telemundo, so you need to do it.
It was out of necessity, but it's not my... I don't get a kick out of it like Gil does. Gil gets this rush, like right after he's done, and then we're driving home, and he's like super talkative and amped up, and then he's like laying in bed, and he's like, I can't go to sleep.
Yeah, you can't go to sleep after.
That's not.
And the next day, do you have that kind of glow? Like you did something pretty hard, cool the night before. I love that.
Yeah, I do. But as of recently, maybe because I'm doing it more and my personality is very addictive, I get this kind of like low.
Yeah.
Like it dips. Like I get this huge rush of dopamine and then it's gone and it's like, okay, fuck.
Yeah.
I need to find another stage. I should just set up a mic on the side of the street and work out my new material. I feel like that sometimes.
Well, during the pandemic, we did a show in our backyard for like the few people we knew who we knew weren't like trying to be, who we thought wouldn't give us COVID. And it was like people in our backyard with masks or, separated. But it was something because you were just dying to connect with people.
It was a good show.
It was awesome. I loved it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Should do it again.
Do you get, before you perform, like what state are you in the couple hours before you go on stage?
I am I have tunnel vision. So I'm just, okay, I have to do this 5 minutes. And then I'm also thinking about, okay, when I get there, are they going to tell me to cut it down to 3? Because that's happened before. Yeah. It happened on the competition, which I had my 5 minutes, and they're like, I asked them, the guy that was hosting it, how many minutes are we all getting? He's like 3, and I'm like, fuck, like you guys should have told me. Like I was genuinely kind of irritated about that, but he's like, if you're gonna get into comedy, you go to a club, they're going to tell you this. Yeah. So get used to it, dude.
Yeah.
Or like some big star or something shows up and then they bump you.
Right. Who knows? I don't know. But it was a good learning curve. Mm-hmm. I cut out tags. I cut out one big joke. And it worked out well. Like I was right at 3 minutes and boom. And I ended up winning the competition. So it was cool.
Congratulations.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like zoned in. Like I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to do it. Once I get on stage, whether I kill or bomb, doesn't matter. It's all a learning curve. I'm still fairly new at this art. So it's like I kind of take whatever happens to me as an experience and try to learn from it.
I don't think you ever. I think that's like goes on forever.
Yeah,
right? I think. I mean, having talked to a lot of musicians who are long into their careers, it's just that's the healthiest way to do it. I think
to approach it, right?
Yeah, you're never like I'm arrived, man. Like I got this.
Yeah.
I'm not nervous before the show. I have nothing left to learn. I think that would kind of suck, don't you? Or you want to be at that state?
She's like, I'm there.
Humble. I'm talking about being humble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, sometimes I won't get, like, if I feel super ready or super excited about it, I don't get nervous. And I'm grateful for those shows where it's just just go with the flow, like our backyard show.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Does music? I mean, obviously, music evolves, right? It's always evolved, and new music comes out, new things come out. But as a musician, like, is there always something new to learn, or is it just the basics and you're able to adapt whenever change might hit you or things like that?
The Mind Buzz is powered by Mind Buzz Media. Mind Buzz Media is an on-site video and audio podcast production company. Have you ever thought about starting your own video and audio podcast? Or do you have an existing podcast that you want to take to the next level? Mind Buzz Media brings a professional podcast studio to you. Visit mindbuzz.org for more.
That's a cool question. I think I'm happiest when I'm doing something I haven't done before musically. That maybe scares me a little bit. And for me, I've been singing a lot more lately. And I kind of started as a drummer and then guitarist. And so singing's even still, I don't do it as much, but I love that. Always something should scare you a little bit. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so much music and there's so much to learn. For me, there's always something new to learn or pick up another instrument, or sometimes I'll go, like, jazz has always been my kind of Moby Dick, whereas I'd love to be a really great jazz improviser on the piano. And every once in a while I'll be like, okay, go watch some of these, or YouTube. You can find everything on YouTube. Like, you can find some really amazing jazz pianists give lessons or like talk about chord voicings, and I can get lost in that forever. So I'd say yes, there's always something new you can learn, or just like if you're a singer, like these new songs that we're working on, I really I've been doing duets, and just how to voice more than one voice or more than two voices, and how to write for that. It's endless and it's fascinating.
Dang, that's cool. I'm like, that's cool. I tried my hand at instruments and it was not for me.
No,
my parents would. It was my sister and I, so it was just two of us, and it was easy to be involved in our activities. And my sister was always more active, so she danced, she was a cheerleader, things like that. So I was trying to find what I wanted to do because I wasn't as active as she was. So I started out with piano. And I remember they took me to this like really nice piano class, and I had this lady, and I think she was like Dutch. I still remember her. She used to wear like really, really long dress, and she was like.
Did she wear wooden clogs?
No, I don't know. I didn't. No, you know what? She used to be barefoot. Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, because the place had carpet, and then she would just be barefoot, and then she would do like two braids. I don't know. She was very whimsical. Like she was cool.
Was she real?
She was real. She was real. She didn't wear deodorant, and I was a kid. I was maybe 6 or 7. So every Saturday morning I had to go, and then she would like to come like behind me, and then she would put like her arms like to show like placement of like my hands. So she would like my God, my English brain isn't working right now. I want to say Mariarme. Like, she would get me dizzy from like the smell of her.
Oh,
like,
dang.
yeah, I felt really bad when I was a kid, and I didn't know how to tell my mom, like, hey, my teacher's BO is like, and I again, maybe it was just she didn't wear deodorant. It wasn't her thing.
I think it was those polyester long dresses.
I don't know what it was, but I started like little by little. I was like, I don't want to go. And then I would like miss one day. And then my mom was like, but we already paid for it. And I never told her until I was an adult why it was that I stopped. And I didn't want to be rude. I didn't want to hurt her feelings. I didn't want her to go and tell the teacher or something, So I just, I gave
This
up.
is the most tragic end of a musical life story I've ever heard.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Try again.
And then I tried the drums.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
And they bought me a drum set for Christmas. My parents would go all out because they thought I was all in. And then it would only last a couple months.
So the drums, you didn't connect with the drums?
No.
Yeah.
My mom always wanted to be a drummer, and it was her lifelong dream. So she was like, yeah, let's do it. And we'll put you in this. We'll buy you this. And it just wasn't for me. But then I found what I really liked. I like cooking. So for me, it's my art is cooking and baking, and that's what it was.
Awesome.
And I thought for a lot of years I was really discouraged because I was like, man, I can't, like, I'm not playing an instrument. Like
what's my thing? Like
Yeah.
what's my thing in life? What do I get to do?
Yeah, exactly. Right? And then I started realizing, hey, like when we go over to my grandma's house, my cousins are playing, outside and over there, and I'm here in the kitchen, learning from her or helping her. And that's when I started to realize, okay, this is what I like. This is what I want to do. And
Good.
It's an art form.
Yeah,
and it makes
sure.
people really happy.
Yeah.
Good
makes
cooking.
people really happy.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I can't cook. I can't cook.
No?
Oh,
Well-
you can. You made chickpea tacos last night, and they were amazing.
I can follow a recipe and I can put things together. But like, those people who are like, oh, there's a banana and garlic in the refrigerator. Let me make something amazing.
Yeah, I have some of
made
those
a
days here.
tofurkey.
That's what I'm really in awe of, that kind of cooking. And maybe one day.
I like vegan cooking. When I was vegan, that's what I liked about it. I liked the cooking because it was very creative.
Yeah.
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 It's easy to just boil chicken or cook a steak. Like
It's not that easy.
yeah, it is. Or for me, it is.
Yeah, but it's going to be bland.
What are you trying to say?
Your food's bland.
Oh dear. Should we leave?
I know we're about to fist fight right now. You're about to witness domestic violence. Just kidding.
No.
I'm just joking.
I'm suddenly having a lot of anxiety about whether or not I put deodorant on today. Like, I'm serious. Like that. Right when you said,
No. I can handle a little bit. This was like a lot.
That is so
She was
funny.
so nice,
Like,
though.
how many other kids does she teach? Do you know?
A lot.
Did they all fail too because she
I don't
stunk?
know. I don't know.
There was like a common denominator. Like, I'm pretty sure if she reported to like a corporate or something, they're like, why are all her kids failing at piano?
I think she owned.
Like, what's the
place.
common denominator here?
It's still there. I don't know if she's still there.
she might be listening.
I know. Imagine she's like, oh, see, I didn't say anything because I didn't want to hurt her feelings. Oh, that's
The
nice.
details in that story, though, the barefoot, the braids,
Yeah.
the armpits.
The things that you remember when you're a child.
Yeah, those really like cinematically told. Thank you.
Thanks.
I'm now haunted
The
by it, too.
carpet.
The carpet.
I can
yeah.
tell you exactly what color the carpet was.
Yeah, I was gonna ask him what color of carpet in your mind is it?
It was beige.
Beige. Okay,
Yeah, but stained.
mine is like a red, yellow, like spots. Like
Oh,
that
yeah.
old
Yeah.
grayish '90s carpet.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's what I got. What color is it?
It was green.
Oh, okay.
It was green with hints of beige, like that. Like
got
what
the
you're
beige.
saying, Gil, but just green.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
I know what you're talking about.
Like the old school '90s
Yeah, like spotted.
Chuck E. Cheese
Ay.
rug. Yeah.
Pobrecita. We're not going to talk about her anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know where she's at in life right now.
She's playing the piano somewhere. She's
But she was a great teacher and a great musician.
I think that's why we find
She had a lot more on top of me than just her pits. I'm not a musician. She was.
Jesus Christ. No wonder you have shoulder issues.
Jesus.
I think this is why we take interest in talking to musicians, because Amber and we love music. I failed horribly at it, and I like talking to musicians. Like, there's different brains for different, I don't know, activities. And it's interesting to talk to.
Do you feel like if you meet someone, can you tell if they're a musician before they've told you they're a musician? Is there like a common characteristic?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Sometimes I feel like if someone tells me like I play, whatever, I'm like, oh yeah, I knew. I had a feeling about it.
You always get the thing where people come up to you and go like, "You're a musician, aren't you? You're in a band, aren't you?"
It's the tall skinniness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that.
That's why I failed.
Music has space for all people, but I kind of look like
You. Me too.
No, look at me. I'm not tall, nor
I'm telling you, there's space for everybody.
there's space for everybody. Yeah.
That's funny.
But I look like the lead singer of the Cars, maybe.
You know
Yeah,
what?
You don't look Rick. Okay.
You know what really grinds my gears, and I'll say this right now because of that Sam Rife or something like that, is when there's good-looking comedians. Like when there's good-looking comics, and I'm just like, you motherfucker. Like, this is the only thing that I had. And you good-looking mother effer.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Who's a good-looking comedian?
Right here in front of us.
Yes, besides Joe.
Look up that dude that's trending right now. Look up the guy that's trending right now. Sam Rife.
I read this story about him this morning. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I read this story.
There's some controversy with him.
Yeah,
right?
he did something kind of controversial.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
He I guess he said some. Well,
Is
we'll
it this
let
one?
Google tell
No.
us.
What's his name?
RIFF, I think.
RIF.
I thought it was Rife.
RFFE. There
Oh,
he is.
maybe, I don't know.
Oh,
There he
did I
is.
miss him?
But it says musical artist.
Let me see.
All right.
Is it Sam Rife? Oh, there we go.
Him?
It's Matt. Yeah, I don't know why I said Sam. Look at that guy. Look at how good looking he is.
He's got like cheekbones.
His cheekbones. He has a chin. He's very fit. Look at that.
Oh, come
dude.
on.
Okay.
Fillers,
What
everything.
the heck?
Yeah, this is the special
He lifts weights.
What's
Yeah.
fillers?
You're-
Is that
you're
for
not-
lips?
lip fillers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But they could also fill in.
Pull
your
them
cheeks.
on. Put them on the screen.
I forgot it wasn't on. You're what do they say? You're not ugly. You're just poor.
Yeah.
Damn,
Keep
that's what
saying
it is.
that.
That's what they say.
I'm gonna
'cause-
sell one of these microphones to get the lip filler,
Filler.
an arm
Okay.
filler.
Okay, he's
Yeah, he's handsome.
You're not saying anything. You're just nodding your head. Handsome.
Look at, come on, mic drop,
It's a
dude.
safe
Come
space.
on,
You
bro.
can say he looks
I
good.
mean,
Is he good? Have you seen his?
yeah, is he
his-
funny?
I haven't seen it.
All right, well
I'd be
then,
curious to hear what you
know,
think.
it's irrelevant until we know he's funny.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
maybe
what-
he could just be good looking but not funny.
My thing is that, come on, dude, go play basketball or football or be a model. Like
Totally.
you're taking this away from all the ugly guys. That this is the only thing we have.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's my thing. But
You're just salty.
to each his own. I know. I wish I had money for lip fillers. I think that's the problem here.
I don't think that's the
No,
problem.
I don't. Don't
When-
do it. Don't do it. You're gonna look crazy.
When you when I win the lottery, like you'll know when
You'll
I
be
win the lottery. Yeah.
unrecognizable.
Yeah.
You'll be under your lips. Will just be.
Don't do it. You're gonna be like that lady. They call her like the cat.
Oh
The
yeah.
cat woman. Like Google always or something always pulls that lady up for me. I don't know why. It's
What
like,
lady?
there's some woman. They call her like the cat lady. The cat lady plastic surgery. There you go.
Where was
Oh.
it? Wait,
come
no.
on.
Ace. There's the second one.
Right here. Oh yeah, her.
Oh, that girl.
That's gonna be you, Gil.
Or don't be her, Gil.
Here, look, you're gonna be like,
Ay,
am I funny now?
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think
What is
this
he there?
it gets to a point where it's more psychological
For sure.
Yeah.
when
for
it gets
sure.
to here.
For sure.
Because look at her right here. See, she was good looking.
Wow.
She was very good looking.
Super. Yeah.
I think it just comes down to I don't want to be old or I don't want to
Yeah.
look old.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I want to match how I feel.
Or
And I
like
think-
I don't know, like she was
that's what they do.
very super beautiful, and like Madonna too, and
Yeah,
they're
look at
just trying to
Madonna.
hold on to it.
Yeah, Madonna's face is unrecognizable now.
Hey, did Tom Cruise do this? Does anyone know?
I
just
think
watched that
so.
new movie of his, the new Mission Impossible, and I was looking at his face like, did he do something?
I think so.
I had something.
Yeah.
There's this couple that I don't know, I found through TikTok, but they're like Mexican. They're known. The woman has like a what are they called, girdles, right? Like a faja girdle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She has like a girdle like empire, like she built it from nothing. But anyway, she has a husband and she's very good looking and the husband is older than her. So they got married recently and she said that she wanted her husband to match, you know, her good looks and everything. So she literally submitted him to like surgery and you see his before and he was like an aging old man. I think he's like, I'm not even lying, like maybe like 80. And you see his face now and he's just like I don't know, he looks born again. And it's nuts.
Like a fetus.
It's just nuts.
A newborn.
I'm gonna look them up, but
But okay, so here's my question. So he was an old guy, an older man, gentleman who'd never had any plastic surgery, and then all of a sudden he got some, and he looks great.
I don't think he looks great.
Okay.
But in her brain, he looks.
Because I wonder
Great.
if you're just like a regular aging person in your 20s and 30s, 40s, 50s getting like regular plastic surgery. I think that's where all the trouble comes from, where you start looking weird from your faceless, because you're not supposed to do it when you're like in your 30s.
Oh.
But I wonder if it's okay if you're like 85 and you're like,
Right,
I
right,
want
right.
to time travel.
Okay, look. So this is him now.
Oh my God.
Okay, look at this one.
No.
That was him before?
Yeah.
Well,
And this is him now.
Yeah.
And you see him, pobrecito. I keep saying pobrecita, but he's like she dresses him up with like really like fitted jeans, and then the other day he had like some combat boots, and the poor viejito was like walking like really slow, like what's the Munsters, like Herman Munster, you know, he walks like with his big old boots. Yeah. He was like that because he just can't keep up, and I'm just thinking to myself like, who is she kidding? Like, yeah, it's pretty intense.
oh my God. The Sol Leon.
Sol Leon,
Where are they from?
Mexico.
Oh my gosh.
He's like the Benjamin Button of
Yeah.
Mexico.
Wow.
Exactly. So pobrecito.
Oh, and there it is. Can you unblur that?
I think it's a TikTok.
Oh my
Esposo de
God.
Sol León hace un TikTok con ella.
Ah. We're all watching her TikTok.
Oh my God. I just want to see what's happened to El Esposo de
¿Qué
Sol Leon.
tiernos son?
He can't move
¿Qué
his face.
tiernos
He
son?
can't move his face.
No, he cannot.
No, he cannot move his face.
They seem like a fun couple.
Did they put on their own video, ¿Qué tiernos son?
No, ¿qué tiene sol? I
No,
think this is-
¿Qué tiernos
Oh,
son?
she wrote that? Oh, probably.
That's like if we made a video of us being sweet and we wrote, they're so sweet.
They're so sweet. Yeah,
Okay.
this one's crazy.
Anywho.
But yeah. Now you know. We always learn something.
I'm going to show it to my
on the
mom.
show.
So back to Matt Rife. Hold on. What was it? Was it him that there's some controversy, or
Yeah.
was it somebody
Yes,
else?
He I don't want to misrepresent this, but I think he opened his show with a joke about domestic violence. And I think that
Oh,
a lot of his audience was like, nah, not cool. Yeah,
that sucks.
that's what.
Oh, look, he said something about
Oh,
special
yeah.
needs helmets. He's all over the place.
Oh,
talking
you know
Yeah.
what? He did the
domestic violence, yeah.
So he did the domestic, but I seen the special needs helmet one. So what he did was, I guess after this, a bunch of people, you know, were trying to cancel him and getting all like, you know, they were upset. And he did, instead of like apologizing or anything like that, he went on his Instagram and he said, if any of my jokes have ever offended you, please click this link. And then you would click on the link and then it was like helmets, like for people with special needs. So then it was even more because it was like, he's not even sorry for what he said. And then he's still poking fun on things like that.
It's exactly what happens when you give jocks a microphone. I feel that's crazy.
And maybe he felt like...
But let me take the domestic violence joke out. My set. No, just kidding.
The opener.
Are they? So there's that, and there's a lot going on too. With his name is escaping me, but he opens for Kill Tony. Have you heard of that podcast? Hans Kim. So I guess he made a joke about Matthew Perry like the same week.
Ooh.
And I think he just posted about him being in the New York Post about Matthew Perry. But yeah, it's just crazy to see you make a joke on stage and you get all this backlash for it.
Are you kind of saying that you think there's like too much backlash and comedians should have more freedom? Or?
I think so. Like if you go on like the link thing, kind of genius, but he could have done it like a different way maybe. But I don't know, it's crazy. I don't know. It's comedy is in a weird thing right now. And at least for me, like we had another comedian on the podcast and we were talking and I made a reference to like we were riffing back and forth and I made a reference to something, to a race, and he was like, ooh, like you're gonna get us canceled. And in my mind, I didn't say anything at that time, but I was like, in my mind, I'm like, dude, like we were riffing, like we were joking, we're going back and forth, but I don't know, it's kind of strange. Yeah.
I think it's hard. It's one of those things where it's just hard.
This is what I've learned. I've learned through videos, watching people getting canceled. If the laugh exceeds the premise, then it's a good joke. But if the payoff is not as good as like the content, go back and rewrite it. Because I have a Selena joke, and
let's hear it.
No.
Why? Why not?
No. Come to my show and you can see it. You can hear it.
In fairness,
I was gonna say, are you saving it for your show or is it too
No,
controversial?
I use it every time I go out, but it murders.
Yeah.
So it murders. And
does it murder in a crowd that would love Selena?
I don't know. Well,
Or...
because most of the times that I've done it at open mics, like it's all Latinos.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the reference, like they get the reference.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard anything. Like I posted it online. I had it posted for 2 weeks. I took it down because I wanted to use it again. So I just took it down.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's I'm surprised I haven't heard anything. But I have 3 killer jokes that work, and that one's like the top one. That everybody's like, "Damn, dude! Like I can't believe you fucking used that one." Yeah. Right? Amber? I mean, I don't know.
I'm just sitting in the crowd like,
oh no,
cringing. No, I don't think it's because he'll come and give me his set, and then I'll come and be like, no, I think it's a little too much. But I think that one's funny. I think it's
I
really
think you
funny.
should start incorporating a Selena joke into our in between song banter.
The white guy in the band should definitely do a Selena joke. I like Selena.
We did too. We like her.
Yeah, so do I.
I didn't grow up with that, but marrying an Argentine. Well, she's not Argentine, but I learned about that music later in life, and it's really good.
Yeah,
and I feel like that's.
Yeah,
there you go.
I love that song.
See,
Well, that's
right.
the rules. We should cover that.
oh my God.
There you go.
That's so fast. Chico del apartamento sin
And I think another thing too is like the reason why I like it is because it's untouched. Like no one touches that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No one touches that person. And for me, at least how I write, I like to talk about subjects that people are afraid to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's what, at least I think in my mind, sets me apart because it's about my life, but also I'm referencing to things that are taboo. Is how I explain it.
Have you ever been on stage and like tried out something new and in the moment been like, maybe I shouldn't have gone that far?
Every time with Selena.
Oh, really?
No.
No.
I think that's your edgiest that you have.
That's the edgiest.
Yeah, there's nothing that goes further than that.
Well, I had my sister and meth thing.
Yeah, but
pretty-
I feel like when
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
I feel like when it's personal, when you reference yourself, it's a little.
Ooh,
more,
that's
like,
another
it's
thing that
easier
I'm-
to do.
So my family's coming to the show on Saturday, and I'm battling to whether I should call my aunt and say, "Hey, I have these things about I talk about my mom," or do I talk about my mom? No, I don't talk about my mom, but I talk
I
about
always
my
wonder
sister.
that about comedians or about writers. How do you do that? How do you get super personal with, and then have the family member or close person witness you? Bleh.
Yeah,
Talk
Pudding.
about it.
I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out on Saturday.
Not that you've asked for my advice, but I would advise not,
What do you
saying,
think?
not saying a word.
Don't. Yeah, I would
to them.
advise that.
That's what I
Just-
told
Yeah?
just drop
Because
the bomb.
you're going to load the moment so much and you might,
They're like, dude, that was it. That's the best
Yeah.
you got.
Yeah.
I feel like that's my aunt would say. She's like, "You're pussy. Like, what? You should have moved the envelope a little further, dude. Like, what the hell's the matter with you? I raised a freaking idiot."
That's what I told him. My advice was don't say anything. It's not. I mean, yeah, you're saying that your sister's on meth, but it's not as bad, right? And it's not like it's nothing that the family didn't know or things like that. It's just
A big surprise.
yeah. I don't know.
Right.
It's comedy. I mean, it should be there to. I feel like comedy should make you laugh and
Okay.
feel something, whether it's good, bad, and it's comedy.
All right. I feel
And
better.
if they
Thank you,
take
Matt.
it a little
Appreciate
too at
that.
heart, then
Okay. Don't invite them next time.
no, they should come next time. But
Ban them from all my shows.
You're banned.
But what about your music? What do you guys write about? Like, how does the writing process go?
Well, I tend to write the lyrics to everything, and it goes about everything from
is there a thunderstorm out there?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are dogs.
from everything from I have actually right now we're finishing one of the songs we're working on for this new batch of songs is about Miriam Marx, who's Groucho Marx's daughter. So it's either some character that's interested me or personal stuff or just whatever is running around in my head. Or we have so the song that we're going to perform today actually is very, very personal, which is kind of rare because it's about, it's a love song. It's like my first love song. It's about family. So what would you say?
Well, you write the lyrics, so I mean,
Yeah.
as far as that's concerned. But you write about all kinds of things. Whatever's on your mind, you'll write about it. I like that.
And I usually, the stuff that I love is the music that I love or the lyrics that I love are usually about anything from like a very small detail to like a war or something, just like really vast subjects.
You should talk about Vamos Juntos, though. That was a song we put out last month, which has been out.
Yeah, and so we just put out a song called Vamos Juntos in September, and that's a duet with my friend Ceci Bastida, and who's also a very wonderful singer-musician. And that song is kind of like a love, it's kind of what we were talking about, that I feel very lucky that I've had this very strong passion, love in my life of music. And it's kind of a love song for anybody who's kind of been down with me through the years to like go to every show, like be a music fanatic, any DJ, like obscure DJ who's like always hunting for music or playing our music, the people that come to our shows, just all of the characters that fuel this kind of tornado of art and creativity. I'm so grateful for that. And that's what Vamos Juntos is about that. Vamos Juntos,
Wow.
Más allá. Más allá is like the place beyond where all this takes you so that you can
This
get out.
magical place
This
where
magical
it takes
place.
you.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Oh.
cool.
So how should we do it? Should you guys play the song and then talk about it, or talk about the song and then play it? What do you think?
Oh, why don't we play it? And then
Let's
you
play
can.
it.
And actually, I'm curious to hear you talk about it after we play it.
Yeah.
It's lyrically.
We have a special treat.
Yes, exactly. Special treat for our Mind Buzz listeners, people. There we go. Go for it.
Do you have any-
Okay, give me my okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever you guys are ready.
Us
At the wildfire,
driving late night, chasing open sky. Did you think could this lightning dazzle blind me before you conjured all of this? If I light up the way, will I be in your way? It's a long, long road. Don't think I don't know it. Peace. Be there when I go dark. I give my heart to this life. We break from equal lines of courage. Oh, peace. Stay with me always. Fate, spin and dance me out. Fury same as nothing. We're mountains of time. Kisses under palm trees. Palm trees like fathers. Lighthouses in dirt. If I show you the way, will I stand in your way, your way? Well, it's a long, long road. Don't think I don't know it. Peace. Be there when I go dark. I give my heart to this life. We break from equal lines of courage. Oh, peace. Stay with me always. And I wish away. I wish away. And I wish away. I wish away. It's a long swells. I give my heart to this life. We break from equal lines of courage. Oh, peace. Take me always.
Yeah.
All right.
Woo.
Yes, yes.
Gracias.
That was great.
Thank you.
Loved it. So what was that called?
That's called Freeskate.
Freeskate.
Yes, and it's our brand new single we just put out.
Oh, nice. So break that down for me. Where were you? Did you make it over time? Did you write it over time? Chord progression, all that good stuff.
It was so I wrote the music during quarantine, and which it was not a good time for anyone. And I thought the chords were really soothing.
I like them.
There was no lyrics to it yet. No, they're very simple, sweet chords, which we don't do a lot of. And we'd never written a song in D, which is actually one of the most common, keys to write a song in. But it was actually one of our first. And so the music I actually was soothing, and I think you must have heard it coming from the studio.
So the music came first before the lyrics.
In
Yes.
this instance, it
Yeah.
did,
Yeah,
on this
that's usually the way it's been going lately
Yeah.
for a long time.
And
Yeah.
I think I wrote the music on piano too. There's no guitars in the actual recording.
Oh, okay.
There's a lap steel in the very beginning, but there's no acoustic guitar and things. So it's kind of fun to do it like this. Much different than the record.
So the record has piano
Yeah,
as the main instrument?
Jack actually played the piano on it, though. You performed it for the recording, which is really pretty.
Yeah. When we record and we write at home, we throw everything on the songs, and but it's also really fun to strip it down and just play it acoustically as well. And so usually one of us will come up with a progression. In this instance, it was Matthew came up with the music first, and then I just kind of start singing, and then maybe like some words will come to me while I'm singing, and then I turn it in. I just have to sing it a lot. Like I have to sing it over and over and over and find. And then when I go to record it is when I really fine tune lyrics and voicings and.
But the opening line is us at the wildfire. And I think that the lyrics started in September of 21, and that's when the horrible fires up in where you were in Claremont, so we're kind of close to them. I remember it was just, you couldn't even go outside. It was awful.
Yeah, so it was we were in a pandemic. There was also there were riots all over, and there were forest fires. So we couldn't even go outside, and I just felt.
We just were crying.
And remember when it looked like the sun was like glowing orange, and it just looked so. And I think Ruth Bader Ginsburg died during that time too, that night, and I was like,
The hell is going on?
Stuck in the house.
Right.
and I felt like I want to just get in my car and drive away till there's clear skies with my family. But it's just kind of a testament to me and my family just sticking through it and all the things you go through as your little clan, as your little pod, and I'm grateful for them.
Yeah, I like that line in there. That's we break from equal lines of courage, and I sing it with you, but I don't know what it means. Explain yourself. So that
He's like, I want to know.
I want to know. I really like that line.
Just kind of, I think that you tend to connect with, marry people, or get in long-term relationships with people who are hopefully, maybe. I feel like you and I have the same amount of courage, just enough. We're never gonna fly off the handle and like Evil Knievel it off a cliff or something. But I think we're also trying to be brave. And that's a big deal to me. I find myself always saying either to myself or to people like, have courage, like either just to get through this thing. I'm sure you understand that very well, doing what you do, being a comedian, or getting through a global pandemic when the earth is burning around you. Just have courage, and if you're lucky enough to be in a companionship with someone matched and with a heart as brave as yours, then you're very lucky.
Wow.
Yeah, that was very moving.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Do you feel all this when you're like writing? Like what's that? Take me
Man,
through
I'm
that
a
moment.
live wire. I'm
Yeah?
a raw bone. I feel everything all
Yeah?
the time.
Oh yeah, when she's in that mode,
Really?
beware. Tread lightly. Do you know what I'm talking about
dare
when you
you.
get like that? It's
No.
cool. I like it when you're like that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You get really on sometimes when you're doing lyrics or about to perform a difficult piano part for one of our recordings or something, and you're just like, okay, close the door.
Oh, sorry. I'm just focused.
Yeah.
give you your space.
Right. It's the focus.
Yeah, it's the focus. It's
Yeah.
cool. It's a good state to be in.
We're just all hashing it out tonight.
I know this is
On the podcast.
This is like marriage therapy.
But I see Gil like that too. Gil gets like that too. Like I know
That's
when
why I was
to-
yesterday.
I
Yeah.
know, like he gets like on. I don't want to say on edge, but it's very like.
I don't cut you short. You know what I mean? Like when you ask me something and I'm in that mode, I'm just like, yes.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, I'll do it right now. I'm doing something.
Is this your like focus, your writing kind of?
Or I'm getting ready. Or I'm getting ready for that night.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, if your
Yeah.
mind is focused, I don't know about you guys, but for me, it like hurts my head. It hurts me if you knock me out of my where I am,
Yeah.
where I'm focusing on.
Yeah.
Um,
It's so cool we have two tiny children. Because that never happens with them.
well, I you get used to it when that happens, but like when you're not expecting it, and it's just, I mean, I'm always expecting them to come in and need me. But if you're just like really focused on something, or I've always been very jumpy. Like if I'm writing or thinking or playing, and somebody's like, "Hey, you want a donut?" I'm like, "Ah!" You know. And Matt's always like, "Why are you jumping?
Get out!
I'm like, why are you jumping? I live here.
I live here.
I'm just focused. I didn't know you were going to ask me something." Anyway.
It makes sense though.
Yeah. Yeah, you get in that groove, you get in that state, right? And
At that point, I'm like, all right, bye.
see you later.
Yell if you need me.
There's nothing else you can do.
Yeah, there's not.
I was about to record a really difficult guitar part on something the other day, and my 6-year-old, my youngest one, knocked on my door, and she came in with her big eyes, and she was like, "Papa, will you build a puzzle with me?" And I was like, but I was in the state, and I've never felt more ripped into than that moment. She was so cute, and she just wanted to work on a puzzle with me. I'm not gonna lie, put my guitar down. She got me that moment.
Dang.
Yeah.
Sometimes
You're a good papa. You always stop for them.
she's not going to always be knocking on my door with those
Yeah.
big brown eyes at 6 and want to build a puzzle with dad. You know,
And those are the things that she's gonna remember. Because if you would have said no, she would have been like, "Well, I remember when you were always really busy with your music
Yeah.
and you didn't have time for
yeah,
me."
you have
so-
that fear as a parent that she's going to log that moment in her mind and be
Oh,
like,
she will.
Wait till I'm 16.
She's gonna find something.
Yeah.
She will throw something.
You could be
back
the
at
best parent in the world, and they're gonna find something.
Yeah.
We all
I'm
did.
counting on it.
But if you're, I feel like that can happen, and then once they get older, like even like with myself, that I'm in like my early 30s now, I reflect back and I tell my mom like, thank you for doing that. I didn't understand it in that moment. I didn't understand it at that age, but this and this didn't happen to me because you didn't let this happen. You know,
Whoa,
so
that's
Yeah,
really
that's
wonderful.
good.
I'm
So
sure that
it's-
must make your mom glow.
I hope so, because
Yeah, it
it's
does.
true. You know, it really is. I am able to reflect now that was it. And you know, another thing is like everyone's learning. We're all learning. No one is an adult. What did I hear the other day? Because sometimes I think now, like especially now that I'm like living on my own, I'm like, oh my God, I'm an adult. Like I can buy my own groceries. I can buy
Adulting.
sugary cereal if I want to, you know, things that I didn't have when I was growing up. Or if I want to drink a soda, which I don't, but if I do, I can. Like, you know, things like that. Like that now you're like a real adult. And the other day I was watching a show, and then in the show the guy said, he's like, we're all just pretending to be adults. He said, and I'm like, oh my God, that's right. Like, you know, I mean, we know the definition of an adult or everything, but it's like we're still pretending. And I feel like it doesn't matter what age you are, it's still
I feel it
trying
every
to figure
single
it
day.
out, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I always feel like an imposter, like a
Yeah. I'm a fake adult.
yeah.
You fake.
I do.
I'm the fakest adult ever.
'Cause I always want to laugh at like really inappropriate things or just
Oh, yeah.
say
Right
really-
there with you.
Sometimes my daughters will get in a fight, and part of me is just laughing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh no, they're looking to me to break this up. But I'm kind of enjoying, oh, damn it. Yeah,
know.
adult time.
So many times they're like, "Hey, poop this, fart that," and I'm like,
I'm like, yes.
I
Totally.
want to be like. I hear other moms be like, "We don't use toilet talk," and I'm like, "Am I supposed to say that?" Because I'm just laughing at.
Yeah, I'm
all
like
this
high-fiving
stuff.
them.
That's funny.
Oh, man. That's awesome. Matthew, Jacqueline, thanks for coming out and doing the podcast. Wait, think fast.
Thanks for having us.
Go ahead and tell us where we can find you and what you guys have coming up.
So we are on Spotify, Apple Music, all streaming services, and our Instagram is
Wait, think fast.
Yep, no periods, and waitthinkfast.com. I guess we're on Facebook too, and we should have some shows coming up. So go follow us, and you will know where we'll be playing in January, and we'll be releasing new singles for the next few months. So go find us online.
Thank you for having us. So fun.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. So you can find Wait, Think Fast links down at the show description if you're watching on YouTube or listening on Spotify. Everything's clickable. Just click it or get a ticket. And follow them on social media. You said Facebook,
Instagram.
Follow them on Spotify. I know I will. And tune in.
Yeah.
All right. And happy Friday. And tomorrow, if you don't have tickets, get tickets because I believe they're still discounted. So click the link down in the show description. Come check your boy out. The city of Long Beach at the Soy Funny Comedy Festival. I'm excited.
He's going to talk shit about his Thea. Go see.
He's going to make us Thea's faint in the crowd.
Oh my God. I'm just going to land the joke and then just look at them and just make sure.
I'm so sorry.
This isn't about you. I swear. But yeah, go check that out. What else do we got, Amber?
That's it. Or open mic next month. We're still working on a date, right? But we'll be releasing it soon.
December?
December.
You want to do one in December?
Yeah, I want to do one in December.
We're doing that right now. Okay. Open mic, December, City of Paramount. It's going to happen.
Ugly sweater theme.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be fun.
I'm here for it.
Me too.
All right, guys.
The Mind Buzz.
Booyah!
Thanks for listening to the Mind Buzz podcast. Subscribe to the Mind Buzz YouTube channel and watch full podcast episodes. Keep up with the hosts, guests, and upcoming events by following the Mind Buzz on Instagram at the Mind Buzz. See you on the next one.